All righty, welcome into another episode of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green. We are back with another conference tournament breakdown. This time we are talking the Big 12, potentially the best conference in college basketball this season. We already have ACC and Big 10 out on our page right now, so if you're interested in those, check those out. We're going to have the Big East and the SEC coming out tomorrow. So, we'll break down the five, I'd say, major conferences here in college basketball, but Wyatt, like I said, Big 12, one of the better tournaments here, really from start to finish. Really excited for this one. I'm going to send it to you so you can give out our kind of bubble teams that have some work to do, and so you can break down the Big 12 conference tournament bracket.
Yeah, the Big 12, like you said, one of the best conferences. I think they have like 9 teams in at the moment. We do have 3 potential bubble teams. We have 2 that should be in, according to a couple of sites I've saw. That is TCU and UCF. A team with a little bit of work to do, I do have Cincinnati. So again, as always, keep those teams in mind to potentially go on a little bit of a run here and to prove to the committee that they deserve to be in the big dance. But starting in round 1, we have Baylor, Arizona State. I know how much you love fading Baylor. This Arizona State team, I think, is a little spicy here. So I do like Arizona State to win round 1 against Baylor. Utah, Cincinnati, like I said, Cincinnati has some work to do. Utah is absolutely terrible. I like Cincinnati to roll in this game. Kansas State, BYU. BYU as a 10 seed is pretty funny. This is a team that's been in the top 25 pretty much all year. I think they're just outside of it at the moment, but just have struggled in the Big 12, but a fantastic team. Kansas State is on a free fall downward. Not great. Fire their coach. Team doesn't care. Had a lot of high expectations. Just terrible team. So give me BYU big, like 20 points in this game. OK State and Colorado. I'm going to take OK State to squeak by the Buffaloes of Colorado here. That brings us to round 2, Arizona State, Iowa State. This is going to be a great game. All these teams have played before, but Arizona State is feisty. I've not been super impressed with Iowa State. Not a whole lot of big wins for them. I think they beat Kansas in the second time. I don't really know if they beat anyone else big. I am going to unfortunately pick Iowa State in this game, but would not be surprised if Arizona State pulls off the upset. Cincinnati UCF will be a great game. Again, 2 teams battling to get into March Madness. Neither team wants a loss here this early in the tournament, but I am going to take Cincinnati to pull off a slight upset, knocking off UCF. Maybe UCF still gets in, but I think Cincinnati probably gets in after that win. That brings us to BYU, West Virginia. BYU did lose earlier, I think maybe a week ago, to West Virginia. I like BYU on revenge in this game. OK State and TCU. I love this TCU team. I think they're scary. We saw them battle really early with Michigan. I'm going to take TCU to roll against OK State. That brings us to round 3. Iowa State and Texas Tech. I'm going to have Iowa State knocking off the Red Raiders here. Iowa State just lost to Texas Tech at home. I was on Iowa State in that game. They're double-digit favorites. Texas Tech without Toppin, and Texas Tech won from start to finish in that game. Not even close. But I do like Iowa State to get revenge in that game. Cincinnati, Arizona. I do think Cincinnati's run ends here. It's going to be a tough team to beat in Arizona, so give me the Wildcats to advance. BYU and Houston, another team that's kind of going maybe underlooked. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Look at Houston's resume. They have lost every single big game they've played. I know they're the 2C in the Big 12. I know they've won a lot of good games, but these games against top opponents, they just have not been doing well. I like BYU to kind of get hot here. So give me BYU to pull off the upset here against Houston. And then TCU, Kansas. Don't know what Kansas team we're going to get. I know exactly what TCU team we're going to get, a team that doesn't care at all, is going to give all their effort. Don't care if they lose by 20. Don't care if they win by 20. I like TCU to knock off the Jayhawks here. That brings us into the Final Four here. Iowa State, Arizona. I don't know how this Iowa State team is going to be. Like I've said multiple times during this, Arizona is probably, between Arizona, Michigan, and Duke are the 3 big boys to win the tournament. But I do like Iowa State to pull off an upset here. Doesn't mean Arizona State's dead in the water, but this is going to make it very difficult for me to fade Iowa State heading into March. If this team gets hot, they can be extremely scary. So it's going to make for a nightmare scenario in March Madness for me filling out brackets with Iowa State. But I do like them to knock off Arizona. Then BYU, TCU. Give me TCU. Hot team. They're scrappy as scrappy can get. They play with so much emotion. BYU, very good roster. Obviously struggling with one of their players being out, but Dion Bonse or whatever his name is going to be either the number 1 pick or the number 2 pick. He's going to be a problem, but I like TCU just with all their energy. to knock off BYU in this game. That brings us to the Big 12 final between Iowa State, TCU. I am going to give it to Iowa State here. And it's going to make it, like I said, a pain in my ass to fade them or bet on them come March time. But a hot Iowa State team is there's nothing scarier. So give me Iowa State to win the Big 12 and make a whole lot of problems for me come bracket time.
Yeah, some interesting picks there. Definitely not the cream of the crop rising to the top for you in, like we said, the best conference in college basketball. I will get right into my picks, but before I do, guys, hit that like button for us if you enjoy this content. If you made it this far, tells me you probably do. So we really appreciate you watching. Leave us a comment as well. Let us know who your pick is to win the Big 12. And while you're at it, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so. Like I said, we're doing conference breakdowns for the Big 10, the Big 12, SEC, ACC, and the Big East. We're going to be breaking down game by game for all of March Madness. So we're going to be extremely busy here for the month of March, but we're really looking forward to it. Going to be a great one. So hit that subscribe button, hit that bell as well. Instant alerts will come to your phone when we post a new video, so you won't miss any. We really appreciate it. But I'll get right into the games here. Yeah, I love fading this Baylor team. I can't wait for them to lose and officially just be done for the year with yeah, it just bugged me when they got that NBA player. But I do think they beat Arizona State here. I really was impressed with their win against Utah, but won that game by like 30. They've won 3 of their last 5. So I think it's too little too late, obviously, for them. But I'll get them one win there in conference tournament play. Cincinnati, one of the hottest teams in the conference right now. I'll take them to roll Utah. Yeah, Kansas State is one of a couple teams that if you gave me $100 to bet on Kansas State, I'll just hand it right back to you. I will take BYU just to absolutely crush Kansas State. They're done. And I'll also take Oklahoma State to sneak by Colorado. Just not that impressed with Colorado this season. But to be honest with you, I haven't spent too much time watching Oklahoma State or Colorado. So it wouldn't really shock me there either way. I'm going to take Iowa State to end Baylor's season. And I will get a nice little cheer out of that for Baylor to officially be done. I'm also going to take Cincinnati to beat UCF in that second round there. Yeah, BYU, I know they're missing Richie Saunders, who's going to be, I think a top 15 pick in the NBA. They've really struggled now without him, but I will take them to advance past West Virginia. I just think they're still the better team with DeBonsta, like you said. And then, yeah, I'm going to take TCU as well to get past Oklahoma State. I'm also pretty impressed with TCU. I think they're kind of a hit or miss team. If they're playing at their top level, they're going to be very hard to beat, but they could also, get upset as well. That brings us to the quarterfinals here. Iowa State versus Texas Tech. Yeah, Texas Tech. The crazy thing about this conference, it could be so much better if JT Toppin didn't go down and if Richie Saunders didn't go down for BYU. Because Toppin's out, I think this team is kind of just a sitting duck for their season to end. I'm going to take Iowa State to advance over Texas Tech. Arizona versus Cincinnati. Yeah, again, I like Cincinnati. I think they're red hot right now, but Arizona's a different beast. I'll take Arizona to advance to the semis. Houston and BYU. I think Houston's just way better against BYU without Richie Saunders, so I'll take Houston to advance. And then Kansas TCU. I believe TCU beat Kansas back on Thanksgiving, I believe. I will take Kansas in the revenge spot there. Not sure if they played a second game or not, but I'll take Kansas to advance. I think Darren Peterson said he might not go to the draft. He really loves being at Kansas. Yeah, BS. But hey, saying the right things at the right time. We'll take Kansas. That brings up Arizona and Iowa State. I too have the Cyclones getting past Arizona. I think Arizona knows what they need to do or what they've done. They're going to be a 1 seed regardless. So not sure that there's too much need to go play on championship Sunday, I believe, or maybe Saturday is that game. And, maybe rest up a little bit before they get into the big tournaments. I'll take Iowa State to play in the championship. And I'm going to take Kansas to beat Houston. Like you said, Houston recently in non-conference play, they had a few nice wins against some good teams. But recently in conference play, they have lost to really every good team that they've played. So I'll take Kansas against Houston there to advance on the back of Darren Peterson if he shows up and plays like he's saying he wants to. I am also taking Iowa State to win the Big 12 championship game over Kansas. I like this Iowa State team. Might have a future on them to make the Final Four.
Wow. I love it. I'm glad we're in agreement there. That was, 5 seed to win it. We kind of went out on a string there, but we went on the same string. So it could be they'll probably lose round 1, but or round 2. But yeah, Yeah, I like it. Gives me a little more confidence.
Yeah, that has Baylor upset written all over it just to really jab me in my side. And yeah, Baylor's probably gonna win the whole thing, make the tournament. Yeah, it's just how it goes. But guys, thanks for watching. Again, we do have the Big Ten and the ACC videos up on our page right now. Tomorrow we'll have SEC and the Big East as well. So we appreciate you watching. Tune into those videos if you're interested. But until next time, we'll see you for another episode of Getting Technical, brought to you by Better and Green.
Welcome to Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? To Better and Green, eh? Listen in and cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top, hey. Shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast, Better and Green.